Hey, welcome back. I'm sure you've seen the photos which I posted earlier on my previous video showing the what my hair actually looks like immediately after the operation. You can probably see that it looks quite sore, and it certainly was. The whole procedure itself, it's not comfortable. Now, anyone who is going to go through this operation, it's not a comfortable procedure in any means at all. If you think you're going in to have something like this done and you're not going to feel a thing, then sorry to say, you will definitely feel something. I think for me, the most painful part of the actual procedure itself was the initial putting the anaesthetic in the back of your head. Those needles, they're sharp. Obviously, they're needles, they're sharp, so it's going to hurt. But I think there must be a lot of nerve endings in the back of your head, so you can really feel those needles going in when the anaesthetic goes in. Yeah, so you can really feel that happening. And then the next part of that is the extraction part of the hair, where they take the follicles out the back of your head. And that's an interesting experience. If anyone's been to a dentist, you can probably understand it, or you've had a feeling, you probably understand that drill noise. Now, what they use, or what the surgeon used for me, because it was a FUE treatment, he used almost like a demi drill, or one of those drills where he drilled little holes in the back of your head, and you can really feel that and hear that drill in the back of your head. And you know, he had to create all the grafts. I had 1,850 grafts, so you can imagine 1,850 holes in the back of your head. Now, you can feel that. It doesn't hurt. No, I mean, it doesn't hurt unless he gets to an area or hits an area which the anaesthetic is either worn off or it's not fully affected. So what I would say to that is, if you feel any pain at any time, tell the surgeon. And my surgeon was really, really good with me. He said that hurt, and if I made any noise or anything like that, he immediately puts an anaesthetic there, and that solved the issue. It's uncomfortable. It's uncomfortable feeling that you can actually feel the drill working on the back of your head. Next stage, what he does then is he extracts the hair, and I suppose the only way to describe that feeling is if you're tweezing hairs out, if you're plucking hairs out of your eyebrows or something like that, you can feel the tug, and you can feel the hair being removed and put into the container. Now, that part of the actual procedure, that took about 3.5 hours for me to have that done. So you're kind of in a lying position for quite a considerable amount of time. So I felt my arm go numb a few times, so I was kind of moving about a little bit, and you've got to move your head sort of like forward, sideways, left, right, to get an even coverage, I suspect, of where the follicles were removed. Next stage after that was numbing up the crown area where I was going to have the grafts placed. That part of the operation initially wasn't that bad. The anaesthetic, because I had anaesthetic already in the back of my head, it already numbed the nerves which was travelling up, so my crown of my head was actually numbish already. So when he added the anaesthetic into that part of it, it didn't hurt as much. It felt solid. It felt like you had like a load of wax plonked on your head, and your head just was not moving at all once the anaesthetic was set in place. What follows after that is, again, it's a weird sensation. It's the best way of describing it. The surgeon has to make holes where the grafts are going to be placed. So he effectively, you can feel him popping in little holes on top of your head, and you can feel that piercing. It doesn't hurt, but you can certainly feel it. You can feel the motion that the holes are being placed. And obviously 1,850 grafts. It took about 2 hours to do. So you're kind of sitting there in a position where he's working his way around the crown to make sure the hairs are going to, when they actually are implanted, go the right direction. So that part does take a long time, and the anaesthetic does wear slightly, and you do start feeling sharp pains. At that point, again, like I said, just mention it to the surgeon, and my surgeon was great. He immediately put anaesthetic in there, and it was completely fine after that. What followed after that was I had a bit of lunch. So that was great. Surgery brought me some lunch in, which was fantastic. So half hour just to kind of have a little walk around, stretch your legs a little bit after sitting down for quite a considerable amount of time. Next stage in was his nurses who were operating with him implanted the hairs into your head. Now, this part of it is a delicate part of the operation. So this took 3 nurses, hour and a half to actually do this, and what they had to do is implant each of the grafts into each of the holes, which was made in the top of your head. It's a weird sensation. You can feel it being popped in. You can feel the tweezers moving and popping the hairs in. It doesn't hurt at all, but you can certainly feel it. And the only thing I will say is you will feel soreness. You will feel soreness. You have to remember that somebody is playing with your head for best part 6, 7, 8 hours. So no matter how much anaesthetic you have, you can really feel the soreness. So I will tell you now, if you're going to have this procedure done, be prepared that it will be sore. You will feel the procedure, and it's not 100% pain-free. It's good, but there is a certain element of a pain threshold there. I would always say, and as I said to me, just make sure you tell them. If you feel any pain, tell them. They'll put anaesthetic in there, and that will help with any uncomfortability that you may feel. Yeah, so the whole procedure took about 8 hours. I was in 9:30, and I left there just after 5. So it's a long day. It's definitely a long day, so you got prepared for that. It's not a comfortable procedure. It's not you certainly don't go in there and you don't feel nothing. You certainly do. I'm assuming it's like if you had a tattoo. I don't have any tattoos, but I'm assuming it's like having a tattoo where you can feel it. So I'm assuming even if you have the numbing cream, you can still feel it. It's happening, and you can hear it. You can see it. But then you get the outcome you hope at the end of it. So at the end of the day, I look at it as a short-term pain for a long-term gain. What I'll show you now is what it now looks like, what the grafts now look like. We've now about 12 hours after the operation. So you can see some of the redness has now gone down. It's still a little bit scabby, a little bit bloody there. And hopefully by the end of the day today as well, I'll be able to remove the bandage, which is around the side of my head, which I'll show you a picture there of where the grafts were taken, and we'll get to see. I'll see it as soon as you see it as well, what it actually looks like, and how short my hair really is. Thanks for watching, and keep watching, and I'll speak to you guys again soon. Thank you.